all of you lot who want to come to Ghana, I really do encourage you to come back home to the motherland. Come back to your home. Let's build it together. Let's do stuff together. But please be aware that this place is not a cheap place. Events in Ghana sometimes cost as much as $50. A dinner event can cost you as much as $50, right? If you want to maintain a certain type of lifestyle, I just want you to be aware of the truth that this place can be very expensive, and I don't want you guys to be deceived. Use me as a scapegoat. Let me tell you,
my name is Bidette, and I believe not all wanderers are lost. I was raised in the United Kingdom, educated in the Netherlands, and worked in Hong Kong. I've recently quit my banking job in Hong Kong to come and explore my home country Ghana and deep dive into my purpose. If you want to be part of this amazing journey, come along, baby.
Yow. Before we start and get into this video, I need you guys to do something. Please subscribe. Run me my coins. I beg you, just press subscribe. I beg you, please click subscribe. I really appreciate it. Is this recording? Is it like recording? Hello my friends, it's your favorite Ghana girl, Sweet Life of Vidette, coming to you live from Accra, Ghana, particularly Accra, Ghana, because I just realized I probably shouldn't tell you where I live, and you know what it is. We are always international, baby. You know, like, I'm fake laughing and then I actually start laughing because that's just how I be. In this video, I really just want to discuss with you guys about how expensive Accra is, because let me tell you something, like, oh God, this city is expensive, and I kind of touched on it on my other video called The Truth About Living in Ghana, or The Truth About Moving to Ghana is what it was titled. And now I'm coming to tell you guys that Accra is expensive, period. Believe me or not? Y'all don't believe me? Like, y'all think I be lying? So I've been living in Accra for a couple of weeks now. Hey, like, this fly don't respect, you know. I've been living in Accra for a couple of weeks now, and I can already tell that this city is very expensive. Statistically, Accra is one of the most expensive cities in Africa. I'm gonna Google that to make sure I'm telling y'all the truth, because people been telling me this. Now let me just Google it to make sure I'm telling you guys the truth. So I was right. In 2016, Accra was ranked the most expensive city to live in Africa. Did I not tell you guys that this city is expensive? In 2019, Accra was ranked number 12 most expensive city to live in Africa. Did I not tell you guys? Like, you guys think I'm just being extra. Now let me explain. So this video says Ghana is expensive. Actually, what I mean is Accra. And the reason why I say Ghana in this video is because most expats who come to Ghana will probably live in Accra. I'm a firm proponent in saying that Ghana is bigger than just Accra. Okay, like, you can live in so many damn places, y'all. Like, Ghana is not just Accra, but most expats like myself would rather live in Accra. If there were opportunities outside of Accra, I probably would live there too. Obviously, there's cities like Kumasi where I can live, which is probably more affordable than Accra. But I digress. The point is, Ghana is expensive because Accra is expensive, and Accra is the capital city of Ghana. And a lot of us expats and people from the diaspora, a lot of us diasporans would prefer to live in Accra, and Accra is damn expensive, as explained 2 seconds ago. Now let me tell you some of the practical things that make Accra really expensive. But before I do that, let me get some song on Cranberry Juice. Wow, so nice. Hey, is it, Papa? Anyways, so some of the things that make Accra really expensive is, firstly, accommodation. Guys, I just moved to Ghana and I was considering moving out of home. Currently, I'm living with my mother, and it's really nice to live with my mom. You know, I haven't lived with her for some time, so it's really nice to be with her. But ultimately, I was considering moving out of home, and I did look at some rented accommodation in Accra, and I discovered that, damn, like, this stuff is expensive. So if you are someone from the diaspora, you probably want to live in central Accra. So I'm talking about Laboni, the Osu, the cantonments. That you're looking at a good $600 to $800 for a rented room. I'm not talking about the house, I'm not talking about the whole apartment. I'm talking about the rented room. That means if you want a shared space where you live with some strangers or you're trying to share with friends, you're looking at about $500 to $800. Like, now, if you are coming from a UK or a US and you have a great job, that might not come across as a lot of money. But when I think about it, oh God, it's so windy. I hope this doesn't mess up the sound. But when I think about it, people in Ghana, people in Accra are not earning that much money. So my question is, who the hell is renting these places? I'm guessing it's targeted at people like yourself and myself. But ultimately, what you need to remember is, even as someone who is from the diaspora, I still find that expensive. I think $600 to $800 for a rented room with shared people is a little bit expensive, especially when you think about the fact that Accra is Africa. So most people think that when you're coming to Accra, you're coming to Africa, it's going to be cheap, you're going to be splashing money. But it doesn't always work out like that, because as I mentioned earlier, this is how much accommodation costs in Accra. Now this cost of living in Accra, it might not be expensive to you depending on how much money you earn. Maybe to you this is cheap and you're like a money maker, and $600 to $800 is nothing. But for me, realistically speaking, I do think that is a large sum of money. I would like to caveat that by saying that if you are looking for a different type of living, you can get accommodation for really cheap in Accra. But then I want to be realistic and remember that as expats and diasporans, you want to maintain a certain standard of life. I'm sure some of you want to maintain a certain standard of life, so I'm just giving you the real truth. I just be telling you the real truth of how much it costs to live in Accra. It is quite expensive. Now that's done. The other thing that makes living in Accra expensive is transportation. So yeah, don't judge me on this. I don't like to be judged. Juice is nice, papa. The other thing that to me makes Accra really expensive is transportation. I don't want you guys to judge me, but I do not know how to drive a car. I don't. It's embarrassing, but I'm gonna be real, I don't know how to drive. I'm learning. After this video, I'm actually going to register for driving school. So, fortunately for me, my mother has a car, and sometimes the driver is available to take me around to places. But on the days that the driver is not around to take me around to places, girl, boy, people, it's a bit of a struggle, not gonna lie, it's a bit of a struggle. Do you know why? Because to get an Uber from my house around my house, which is located around community 25 or Tema, for those of you who are not familiar with this area, and to go to somewhere like Usu, I'm looking at 85 Ghana cedis, or sometimes 60, 50 Ghana cedis. Now that is equivalent of around £6 or £7. Is it? I think it's around £10 or maybe $10. Yeah, I don't know. But it's definitely nothing less than $8, right? So this is how much it costs me to take about an hour's journey from my house. Now this is expensive when you calculate all your activities for the day. So if, say, I get a taxi from here, my house, to say Anasu, and I go and do the stuff I need to do, and then return back, that's me already spending almost £16 or almost $16 in Ghana on transportation. Guys, that's crazy to me. I don't know about you, but that's crazy to me, because as I say, in the UK, I wouldn't pay that much for an Uber. I wouldn't pay that much for taxi. That's not how much my transportation costs in the UK, right? Even in Hong Kong. Now, Hong Kong has dirt cheap transportation. Hong Kong is where I relocated from, so that's why that is my reference point. So if you don't have a car in Ghana, it's expensive, man. If you don't have a car in Ghana, it's really expensive. And I'm telling you this because this is what I'm currently going through, right? It is possible to take Chorchor, and trust me, honey, I am definitely going to be taking Chorchor at some point. I'm going to start driving school, and I'm going to have to go there every day, and I will probably take Chorchor because it's really cheap. Now, Chorchor probably costs you about 20p to get a Chorchor in Ghana, right? But not a lot of people want to do Chorchor because, you people are bougie now. So you guys are not going to do Chorchor. Do you see what I mean? So most of you will probably want to do a cute little Uber, sit in your Kia Picanto or whatever it is. I don't drive, so please, maybe I'm mixing the cars up, but that's just me. I don't drive. So let's be realistic. Some of you will not want to take Chorchor. You would want to take an Uber, and that is good. If you're seriously roaming the streets of Accra, you could potentially be spending about $20 on an Uber for the day. That's expensive. Transportation in Ghana, Accra, is really expensive. Let's be honest. So that's one thing. The third thing I'd like to touch on, which is a big part of all of us, all our lives, it's food, right? If you want to maintain a certain lifestyle and you want to go to a really fancy restaurant and you want to eat some sushi and you want to eat like a burger, you want to eat like a pizza and feel like that bougie lifestyle in Accra, you are probably going to be paying around $10 for a meal. $12 if possible, and this is in my opinion, in my humble opinion, this is a little bit expensive. Again, the reason why I think this is expensive is because when you put it in the larger context of things in Africa, in Ghana, people are actually not earning that much. So how are people, like, my question is, like, who's buying this stuff and how do people make money in this city? Because I'm just like, this is crazy to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I think it's quite expensive in terms of food. So these staple things I've just mentioned, accommodation, transportation, the food, things that we need, like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You need accommodation, you need food, you need to move, you need mobility. These things are quite expensive in Accra, which is why, from my perspective, I say that don't be fooled. All of you lot who want to come to Ghana, I really do encourage you to come back home to the motherland. Come back to your home. Let's build it together. Let's do stuff together. But please be aware that this place is not a cheap place. Events in Ghana sometimes cost as much as $50. A dinner event can cost you as much as $50, right? If you want to maintain a certain type of lifestyle, I just want you to be aware of the truth that this place can be very expensive, and I don't want you guys to be deceived. Use me as a scapegoat. Let me tell you the truth, it can be expensive. So before you pack up your bags and you leave, just use this as a reference point and just realize that some things can be as expensive as in the USA or in the UK. And because I just don't want you guys to be surprised when you come to Ghana. People say it's cheap, but I beg to differ. So for those of you who really want to come back home and you want to live in a place like Accra, I just want to make you aware. Let me just be honest with you. It is very expensive, okay? So don't be deceived. But on that note, thank you guys for listening. Thank you.